This is a fun story, and I've told it a few times, so I thought I would tell it again here on video. The story starts in 1996, 97, when I was part of the supporters clubs for both the Los Angeles Galaxy and the Sam's Army, which is the U.S. national team. I made a lot of friends back then, 1996, 97, and one of the things that we decided to do in 1997 was to travel up to Portland in Oregon to go to a World Cup qualifying game involving the U.S. and Costa Rica. And just so you know what we looked like, I wore my whole outfit here. So first, got to have the Sam's Army shirt, and next, the scarf so you can chant USA, USA. And then I also usually brought my flag. Here it is. Again, USA, USA. And you can flap it around behind you too. Oh, yay! So there it is. So anyway, in 1997, we decided to travel up to Portland, and we went to a World Cup qualifier in that city, and the game was played in their in the baseball stadium up there, which was interesting because it had overhangs on two sides, and it had a building which ended up being behind us, which kept in the noise into the stadium. It was really, really loud in there. Probably the first time I've ever been in a crowd that was so heavily pro the U.S. team. I'd been to a lot of games where the other teams had a lot of support and games where things were kind of even, but this one was really fun because not only was it a strong support in the entire stadium, but also I was part of a group, the Sam's Army group, which was probably about 500 people. We filled an entire stand right behind one of the goals, and it was all red, all Sam's Army, and we were all chanting and singing, you know, with our singing this national anthem and the Star Spangled, you know, when the Yanks go marching in, and all kinds of fun songs that we did like that. I don't remember exactly who else was with us, but I know that my friend Dan Loney was there, and his girlfriend at the time, whose name was Gillian, and we were primed for the game. We were ready to go, and the fact that the supporter section was so big and so loud was really sort of a dream come true for us, because we'd been planning that for the whole year, and we'd been thinking that that's what we were building when we started the supporters clubs for the MLS teams, and when the Sam's Army group got itself together, which was a little bit before. Anyway, the game itself was quite tense. It was a very close game, and we went through the first 70 minutes or so of the game, with no score. So it was getting more and more tense, and we were doing, as much cheering as we possibly could do, but a lot of us were sort of really nervously waiting for anything to happen in the game. About 20 minutes from the end of the game, the United States brought in an offensive substitution, which was Preki, a naturalized American citizen who had been a great player in Major League Soccer at the time. And Preki really brought this instant offense into the game, and the moment of the game arrived. It was about 75 minutes into the game, and Preki had the ball out on the right-hand side. The team was actually coming and heading for the goal that we were behind, and we were actually directly behind the goal. And we saw him out on our left, on the right-hand side of the field, and cross one in, and it was right into the box, and Marcelo Balboa was there. He knocked it back, and Tab Ramos came running onto the shot. And again, from where we were, Tab was right in front of us. He hits the ball, and it comes straight in. And we can see the goalie's diving. We can tell he's not going to get to it. And the ball comes through, and the net bulged out towards Sam's Army. And we jumped, and we were screaming, "Ah!" And I can remember standing there and looking to my left where Dan was sitting, and "Ah!" and we're yelling at each other and screaming in back of the field, oh my God, we're going to the World Cup. And why did we know? I don't know, but it felt like we knew that we were going to the World Cup. And I don't know how long we screamed, but that stadium was reverberating with noise, and we were screaming and screaming, and it was just like we knew that we were going, and we were part of it, which was really fantastic for a fan of the team at the time. And I don't really remember much of the rest of the game. The one impression I did get was that the Costa Rican team felt completely deflated. You could see it when they were running around the field. They knew they had lost and we had won, and everything else, like I said, is a blur. But I do remember very clearly that ball heading straight towards us, the net bulging out. Amazing moment. Thanks for listening.